Living and studying in Cameroon as a university student can be really somewhat of a difficult process. Staying in major towns in Cameroon like Douala, Yaoundé, Boya, Bamenda it's really costly because the standards of living, the cost of living in these towns are really very expensive. And most of the universities, the major universities in the countries are also found in these big towns. So most of the time, us university students who finish from our suburbs or from places far and near there, you have to move to these major towns to be able to attend your university education. And while you're here, majorly you're depending on your guardians or your parents for income, to be able to go by your day-to-day life, studying and just basically living your personal life as a university student. But you agree with me that most of the time, or if not all of the time, this income that your parents send to you is usually not enough. You get. So if you're one of those people that you're out here and you want to maximize as a university student, get something doing while going to school, and not just anything but something that is really compatible with your degree program, with your master's program, with your PhD program. Get something doing while you're going to school. So get some sort of passive income, so much so that you can be a university student and you can actually live your life basically comfortably, at least let's say comfortably or above the average university student. As someone that is actually looking for something to do while going to school, you're in the right space. My name is Bongsai Danilo and you're welcome to another edition of Danilo Reacts. This video is just simply going to be throwing a lamplight to things that are really out here. There are basic things that that I know that you can do while going to school. I've done some of them. I've done some of them. My friends have also done some of them. So these are not things that I'm bringing to you out of the blue. These are really things around me. These are things I've seen my friends do. These are things that I've also done. So I'm just putting it out there so that if you're out here and you're looking for something or how to basically generate a source of income for yourself while you're in school, this will be a self-help or a self-guide or something. I just hope that it helps anyone out here. Please do well to subscribe as you move forward in this video, and please watch to the end because I've kept the best for the last. So you have to watch to the end to get the most out of this video. Okay, let's get to it. The first thing, these are not really things out of the box, as I said. The first thing, you can just basically be that guy that sells handouts, that does assignments for your classmates, that does projects for your classmates. Moving forward, the second, you can actually teach. Yes, teaching is out there. Everyone can teach. Especially this is really good, especially for science, for people that are science oriented. Because you can mostly teach when they're talking about teaching offline. You can mostly teach science students because parents like to be home. Their children to be home tutored mostly on science subjects like maths, physics, biology, chemistry. That secondary school students usually face difficulties while going to school. So parents would like that. Okay, while these children go to school, when they come back in the evening or during the weekends, they can have someone that comes and teaches them on maybe what they did in school or what they're yet to do, so that basically both the students' chances or the pupils or the students' chances of understanding what was being taught in school, because parents want their children to be science oriented because that is where our economy and globalization is going to. And if you want your children to be successful, you have to get. So if you are a science student, I'm not saying this is exclusive to science students, but mostly in high demand, according to my knowledge, maybe because I'm science oriented, but according to my knowledge, most parents want their children to be tutored in science subjects, which is pretty good and which is okay, which is understood also. And then also, this does not end offline. Okay, they can also be online teaching, right? You have probably heard this from here and there, but online teaching is a very, very lucrative source of income for a university student, because this is not only out here, but it's within your time frame. You can actually draw your program for your online classes, and it won't really interfere with your university lectures, because most of these online platforms always give you the chance to be able to be the one to put out your timetable, put out your schedule, so that they just follow it. So you put out your schedule according to how time permits you. You put out your schedule according to how your lectures permit you, so much so that it doesn't clash, and you can do this within your free time. It's non-stress. I think a lecture maybe costs maybe for a duration of maybe 30 to 45 minutes is $1. Imagine if you can get $1 for maybe 5 lectures in a day, and if you're going through a week, you can actually start to start envisioning what I'm talking about. If you can do to 4 to 5 lectures a day, that's 30 minutes, you get $1 per lecture. It's not small. Five lectures a day will be like $5, and within a week you'll be making huge sums of money. Don't forget that $1 is 500 francs in Cameroon, and 500 francs can really get you a lot of things, especially as a student. And even when you're going through the offline teaching, I've been there, I've done that, and I'm still actually doing that. If you strike a good deal with the parents, you can get up to 30 to 45,000, and it's a really good deal as a student. I will bet you it will go a long way to help you. Now, moving forward, the third, we can also think of things like opening an online shop. Now, what do I mean by an online shop? You can have an online shop. It's a virtual shop. You don't need to own a particular space to have this shop. And the good thing with this is you don't even need income, or you don't need investment, or all of this. You don't need a huge sum of money to start an online shop, right? What you need is basically your phone. And I bet you, if you're watching me, you already have a phone, so you're ready to start an online shop. How do you start an online shop? You get to your neighborhood, you get to retail shops around. You look for things that you want to retail, and you strike a deal with the owner of this retail shop. Okay, say if you want to retail shoes or clothing, or I don't know, anything out here that you want to retail, okay, you get to the retailer, you say, okay, let's strike a deal. For everything in your shop that I sell, I get this commission. Maybe a particular shoe maybe may cost, say, 12,000, and then when you take it to your online shop, you have maybe, I don't know, 1,000 francs extra, or 1,005, or 2,000 francs extra. That is your money. Everyone is on their phone, and they're bargaining, and they're buying, and it's a really good source of income. So if you're out here, you have a phone, you think that you can do this, go for it. Then there's also beauty and accessories. That's the fourth, beauty and accessories. I cannot overemphasize on this point, because if you're in major towns in Cameroon now, you will see that beauty, especially for the ladies, it's a huge industry presently. Every woman wants to look good. Everyone wants to look good. Everyone wants to look stunning. Everyone wants to look nice. Everyone wants to stand out within their circle. So if you're that person who is seeing what I'm saying, and who actually understands this field, you can get into this space. Learn how to do makeup. Learn how to do pedicure, learn how to do manicure, learn how to do hairstyling. All of these things are readily available to you, and the good thing is, with this digital age, you don't need to pay huge sums of money to people that already know this and are established. You just have to come online. Come onto a platform here like YouTube. You have tons upon tons of videos that are teaching you how to do this for free. You just need to have a data bundle, and you have exclusive knowledge on this for free. It's true that a lot of information on YouTube here is uncensored. Everyone can come and say anything and post, but trust me, if you dig deep, if you look well, you see good sources, good pieces of ink, good sources of information where you can actually learn all of this and do them for free. And I know a lot of friends of mine who actually do this and are making good out of this. Moving forward, the fifth, cooking. Yes, cooking. And what do I don't mean you should go and start a restaurant somewhere, or you should cook some maybe heavy meals or all of this. No, I'm talking about fast food, peanuts, donuts, fries, pastries, cakes, and all of these small things that you see around. You can cook them, bake your cakes, fry your cakes, all of these things. Parcel them and put in your bags, and when you're going to class, you're going for lectures or anything, or anywhere else where you're going to after, because you also have a personal life, you just put these things in your bag, because women have bags, guys too. It's not exclusive to women, please. You just put these things in your bag, and when you get there, people already know you. They know that, okay, this person sells peanuts, this person sells donuts, and you're in a meeting and people are already feeling hungry and all of this. You can just they buy from you, and this is going to go a long way to actually help you. I have a colleague who testified to me that doing this actually gets her like 30 to 40,000 a month. And as a university student, I bet you bear with me that if you have this as a source of income, or doing this in a month and you are getting this, then man, it's huge. It's huge. You live a fairly comfortable life. It's not luxurious, but you get by pretty comfortably with such amount of money. And who says that you can just do one? You can do multiple, and that's it, guys. You just need to be out here and be willing to work. That's the thing. None of these things is something that will come free. It's something that you really have to put in effort. So if you actually put in effort, you'll be really doing good for yourself. As far as I'm here now, if you're getting any like from this video, if you're getting any value from this video, do not forget to hit the like button, and do not forget to hit the red subscribe button, so that everyone else in your own space share, so that everyone else in your own space may also get to see this video. Continue to watch to the end, because more is yet to come. Moving forward, the sixth, waiting. Waiting, yes. It's true that waiting in bars and restaurants can be somewhat very demanding, especially if you are doing a course program like, say for example, me in medicine, which demands a lot of time. Me, for example, I cannot do that, but there are other university programs that can actually permit you to wait in restaurants and in bars, because usually waiting entails that you spend maybe close to 12 hours for a session before you can switch and the next shift comes in. But now there are also university programs, maybe postgraduate programs, that you can actually do them, and you can have 3 days like this where you can actually go and offer this service. And I bet you pays here start from 50,000 and above. The seventh, content creation. Yes, content creation, like you already know, is a huge money maker, especially in this digital era. More than majority of the population in Africa, say, let me just limit myself to the African context. Majority of the population in Africa is a youthful population, and more than half of this population have phones. They are online. You understand? So if you're in this digital era and your business is not yet online, then you're doing something wrong. It's not even debatable. If your business is not yet online, then you're doing something wrong and you need to correct it. Now, content creation, from maybe making videos to making music to making comedy to even Instagram, TikToking, and all of this is a huge money maker for a lot of people. But it's organic. You have to gain time. You have to give it time. You understand? You have to give it time. You have to give it process. It's a process, because people get to love you. People get to watch your videos. People get to watch your content, and then these platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all of this, they get to have to pay you for the traffic that you're pulling into their space, which is actually a very good process. Take for example me. I'm here, I'm creating a video like this, and I'm on YouTube. Eventually, if I generate a lot of traffic for YouTube will actually have to pay me for this. You understand? And I know you're asking yourself that, who is this who is this funny looking dude with very few following and he's trying to advise us here? Guys, you have to know something. It's not about the following, it's not about all of this. What I'm doing, I believe, is going to help someone out here. It may be you, it may be the other person, or it may not be you, but if you think that it's going to help someone else, please do share. It's not a matter of following, it's a matter of the value of the content. And I believe that what I'm putting out is something that someone out here actually needs to hear. So do not forget to share, do not forget to like, do not forget to subscribe. Content creation, you cannot overemphasize on this. Everyone is online, everyone is on their phones, everyone is always looking for the next thing online, the next funny thing, the next best thing, the next valuable thing. So if you can actually provide this service, why not go for it? That's what I'm giving to you out here. Now, moving forward to the eighth. Now, Okada riding. For people that don't know what I mean by Okada, I mean motorcycle. If you're a Cameroonian, you know that in our major cities, riding bikes is a very huge means of transportation. Because there are some quartiers, there are some suburbs that you cannot really get to with cars. So getting on an Okada is a very, very, very feasible and a very, very economical means of getting by during your day-to-day life. even when you are talking about traffic and all of this, to get by with the traffic, and if you want to do your things sharp, you want to get to places fast, you have to get on a bike, because if you get into a car, you're going to get stuck in traffic and all of this. Now, as a university student, you don't need to be on the road every day or all of this. No, there are people out here that can actually rent their motorcycles to you for the duration of time when you're free. Maybe you don't have lectures for maybe the next 12 hours, and you have prepared your mind psychologically and all of that, and you actually know how to do this, you have a license or all of that, and you get to the road, you actually rent this, and you get out there and you ride your bike. I bet you, if I tell you the source of money that people make while riding bikes and going to universities, I have friends that literally went through university paying their school fees, not depending on their parents, just on the bike they were riding. They were able to pay their school fees, pay their rent, pay for their feeding and everything. So guys, if you know how to ride a bike, do not waste your skill. Go outside there and hustle, because I bet you it's going to pay you big time. Data analysis. Now, a lot of you, someone might watch me and it's like, what's data analysis? What do you mean by data analysis? Yes, data analysis. When you're in your maybe second year or your third year or your first year, there's a course that is usually being taught to, almost all university students, that's preparing them for their final year, which is you have to do your research and your project and submit to the university as part of completion of your course code and all of your course. So they teach you this. Most of the time they teach us statistics, epidemiology, they teach us how to do all of these calculations, and what we're really concerned about is how to master these formulas at this point in time, analyze this assignment that these teachers usually give, analyze this thing, and then we get through the course rapidly. We just master, cram a lot of things, go write the CA, go write the final exam, pass, and we forget about all of that. And then when you finally get into your final year and it's time for you to do your project and all of that, you start asking yourself that, I need to analyze this data. I don't know how to do it. I was taught, but I don't remember. And then what I'm saying is, this is a problem, because a lot of students are like this, me included. I can still remember a certain time I was in a competition where I had to collect data from a lot of sites and then analyze and come out with synthesis graphs and all of this. And I had data quite alright, but I couldn't do anything with the data because I didn't know how to use the software to analyze it. I didn't know how to apply the formulas and all of that. And I had to pay a whooping sum of 10,000 francs, 10,000 to get this data analyzed. And this is something that you can do in a night. It didn't even take much. The person had analyzed the data and sent it back to me, and I was like, so this is something I cannot do, but I had to pay for it. And well, it's true, because you cannot know everything, and if I didn't have to pay him, that other person will not be able to eat. So basically, if you're that person that is interested in statistics and all of this, take your time and master these courses. And if you want to take your game a little bit up the notch, don't just rely on what is being taught in class. Actually go out there and get information and actually master how to analyze this data, because this is a huge field. Imagine how many students graduate from, just say, University of Boya in a year. Now imagine that all of these students have final year projects and they have data they need to analyze, and 90% of these categorically do not know how to analyze this data. So if you're that guy that knows how to analyze this data, then tell me, 10,000 francs for one project. Imagine how many, and if you get good at it, I bet you, mamma mia, you will not even have breathing space. People will dump you with work. I know a friend of mine who did this while he was in university, and upon graduation, it's his job now. He does data analysis for a living. Agriculture. Yes, agriculture. From gardening to rearing fowls to rearing snails to growing mushroom. Guys, I cannot overemphasize on this. When we say agriculture drives economies in Africa, it's not for nothing. And this is about mechanized farming. I'm not saying that you should get up one morning and start going to one farm somewhere. No, that is going to be really dumb. Okay, that is going to be really dumb. Mushroom cultivation does not need for you to go to a farm. Most university students have balconies out of their door. You can actually cultivate mushroom on your balcony. Did you know that? Do you know how much a titi pail of mushroom costs in the market? Of fresh and dry. The worst is when it's dry. When it's dry, it can even go up to maybe 12,000, 15,000 for a titi pail. And when it's fresh, you can maybe sell it for 6,000. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Huge money maker. You can rear fowls, agric fowls. This is already August. By the time I'm making this video, this is August. December is coming. If you count from now to December, you see that, okay, if you actually purchase fowls now, purchase a feed, you don't really need so much income because the chicks will still be really small. All of this can maybe cost you maybe 15,000, 15 to 20,000. And you start feeding them every day. Give them feed, give them water, give them feed, give them water, maybe vaccinate them so that they don't get the flu and all of that. You don't need so much money to do this, eh? And by December, it's a law. Fowl price must rise. Now law, fowl price must rise. And if you are wise and you know how to do this, you have the space for this, start it now, so that by December you make a whooping sum of money out of this. Forex trading, cryptocurrency trading of stocks, buying and selling of currency pairs and all of this. You have probably heard it. You have probably heard this from somewhere. You have probably heard it and you have said it's a scam. You have probably heard it and someone convinced you to give your money to them for them to trade, and at the end of the day the person doesn't bring it, the person no longer replies and all of this, and then now you are fixated on the fact that, oh, that's in an online master, that's in a scam. No, guys, the fact that a few individuals are using this space to actually prey on innocent people doesn't mean that the forex market, that the stock exchange market, that the cryptocurrency market is a scam. It is not a scam. It is legit. You understand? It is legit, and it is making people millionaires. At the same time though, it's also making people broke. It's also depriving people of their life savings. What am I trying to drive at? If you want to get into this space, ensure that you get the required knowledge to get into this space, and forget about all of those things that people say, oh, give me your money, let me trade for you. Oh, give me your money, I'll give you 100% after 50. Those are people that want to scam you of your money. If you want to trade forex, learn it yourself and do it yourself. And as a university student, I bet you there are a lot of guys, women and men doing this as university students and making it big time. I'll confess, I'm still in my process of learning how to actually do all of these trades and all of this. I'm still in my process of learning, but eventually I will be able to make, good sums of money from this. I believe so, because there's power in knowing. When you know how to do something, then the money will inevitably come. But now, what people always focus on is the money. That is why they get easily scammed in this space. You understand? First of all, dedicate your time to actually understanding how this works, to actually understanding how you trade, so much so that you know how to do it and you get to do it yourself, so that you control your outcomes. Don't trust your life savings or your money on skinny dudes out here who are out here to just scam you off of your money and run off. No, people don't want to help you like that. Someone comes and is telling you, oh, I'll give you 100%. If that person was making 100% interest rates, the person will probably not have come to you. The person will stick to it to himself. How many rich people have you seen on your door begging to trade your money for you? Or even very lucrative forex traders, they don't do that because they know what is in the market. They know the gold that is there. People that just want to scam you, come left and right, and then swing you left and right. So guys, don't get fooled. All of these Ponzi schemes, all of it are Ponzi schemes, right? Like they always say, if something is too good to be true, It's probably not true. Now, for me, I've removed that probably from this saying. If something is too good to be true, it is not true. It is not true. Don't go into it. If something is too good to be true, it is not true. Know this and know peace. Anyway, guys, this is where I end. Thank you for watching. If you watched to the end, do not forget to like, do not forget to subscribe, and do not forget to recommend it to your friends and your family. My name is Bonsai Danilo again. See you in my next video.